Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lucas, and this is Doing the Deal. And today, what we're going to get after is our indoor hydroponic garden, vegetable garden we got going on right here. So ultimately, we set it all up. We got our plants in there. More on that in a second. And then things got crazy. We ended up in Philly. I ended up in LA. Things of this nature. So we kind of set it and forget it. In between those two trips, I did adjust the water pH and raised the lights and did a couple of other things in terms of the water nutrients. We went from using the amount that they recommended for seedlings and cuttings to what they referred to as mild veg. And we're still using the general hydroponics. We've got the veg, the bloom, and the micro, I think is what we're rocking with. But overall, very pleased. Nothing died, which is great. Some stuff is doing far better than others. It is not all good. So, we'll live, we'll learn, and we'll keep going. So in terms of things that we have done differently since our previous video, we raised the lights. A couple of reasons. It was getting really too hot on the top of some of our plants, predominantly the beans, which are an outlier in here because they require cooler temperatures than I can get down here at this moment without adding like some type of air conditioning unit. But they seem to be doing all right. And I was sick and tired of hitting my head on it. So we moved them up a little bit, both of them. And then we adjusted our lights to get the par that we needed. In terms of overall temperature, it really didn't change anything, but I don't keep whacking my face, so that is good. We did up our nutrients, so we are running far more. Let me see. We're running about 130 plus or minus milliliters per 100 liters. Our system predominantly has about 50 gallons in it, which is somewhere in the range of less than 100 liters, I think. I think 100 liters converted to gallons is somewhere in the 77 mark, maybe. That's probably wrong, but you get the idea. So we did up that, and that did really, really well. In terms of the plants that we'll take a look at here in a second that are doing really well, the beans ended up doing far better than they were with the light range and the addition of the nutrients. All of the leafy greens look fantastic, and I'm ready to eat some of the chard and the kale, which is really good. The peppers we have in the system seem to be loving it, so that is fantastic. Tomatoes, not so much. And I do have one node that we're not currently using, so I need to try to figure out what to put in there. So without any further ado, let's go take a look and see how everything's cooking right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everything with the air cube stuff has been fantastic. I think we're on like 8 water cycles per day right now. We have our lights set way up here. I stopped measuring distance and I just go with a par reading. So right now our average par reading, we're sitting at about 350 or so across the board. And we're rocking our light at about 60% power to achieve that par rating. So that's always good. We can see some peppers here right in the front. Jedi, some super hot peppers, doing really good. Got a Helios in the back over here. As well as this other one right here, which is a Carmen. It looks fantastic, right? A little bit of salt buildup on our Hydroton. I think if I put some more in there, we'd probably get that to kind of clear up and go away a little bit, but we'll see. We'll mess with that. We'll take a look at our water. We probably need a water change, so that's probably something we're going to be getting after. Tomatoes, not too hot on this one right here. But over here we got growth, but it's not overall the best. So we'll have to see what happens. We can see we've got another bell pepper. This is a bell pepper over here. We've got an ace bell pepper coming in pretty good. I dig it. Chard is going fantastic. We grew the chard in the aquaponics outside, and it always did amazing for us. So not shocked that this bad dude's getting ready. And doing his deal, so we're gonna get after some of that. Same with the kale. Kale always did well for us when we grew it outside in the aquaponics system, so we got a few right here. make a small personal salad with some of the tomatoes and cucumbers we got out of the outside garden. And then we've got our two provider bush beans. They're supposedly really good in here in terms of hydroponic systems. We've got a lot of growth, we've got some flowers, but overall, I don't know, we're still watching, seeing. We've got some issues for sure. We're gonna ride it out. We're gonna see. Probably get after a water change, some more newts, adjust the pH here sooner than later. But still, overall, very pleased. It is a little warm in here for some of these deals. Not the peppers or the greens and beans. Here's some spinach, slower than the rest, but coming along. But I think overall it's doing all right. It is relatively hot up here in New England at this moment in time, but not too bad in the greater scheme of things. Here's our one not used node. It was another pepper plant that just didn't seem to take. Next time, I think with the plants, instead of starting in the Rockwell cubes, we are going to start in like a seed starting mix, get the plants far larger before we pop them into the system, and then probably just clean the mix off, get the roots down to nice and clean, and then plug them into the system. Everything in here for the most part was started in the Rockwell cubes except for the beans. The beans in the Rockwell cubes did not sprout, and it angered me, so I took them out and I mashed one bean in each of those things, and I was like, well, maybe we'll see. And it did fairly well, so this is where we are right here. So without making this too long, without any further ado, let's flip it around. Let's get some final thoughts on what we got cooking so far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and joining us today down in our New England basement, seeing what we got cooking in terms of our indoor hydroponic vegetable gardening. Overall, very pleased with everything. I think the progress we've made has been really good. And I think we're moving in a positive direction. So we're gonna be able to get some leafy greens out of here. Hopefully we can get some peppers before long. We can continue moving into winter. So excited about all of those things. A couple of things that we're probably gonna do within this space. We're gonna figure out a couple of other things to grow in our one cube that doesn't have anything in it. I'd like to try, I don't know how reasonable it is, some lettuce, I don't know, 4 heads in there. See what happens, we'll go. And we'll live and we'll learn. We're also going to probably start starting all of our seeds, like I said previously, in a seed starter mix as opposed to the inert cubes. Get them a little bit bigger, a little bit more sturdy before we pop them into the system. Other than that, water change probably coming up, things of that nature. I don't really want to dump my entire tub. It's kind of a pain on the system to fill all 55 gallons up again, but it is what it is. I did pick up a pump it's not a water pump, they refer to it as a transfer pump, and it works absolutely fantastic to drain these, and I just drain it right out and pop it right into my my garden boxes outside so that we're not really losing anything, and we can get some water in on those and things of that nature. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please always ask, post them in the box below. If you liked what you liked, please hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to continue along our epic journey of indoor gardening exploration, please mash that subscribe button. Since we are done messing around, kids are back in school, our goal is to pump out 1 video a week as we come in, check on all of our things and adjust our stuff. So hopefully we can make that a thing. So if that's what you're here for, join along. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy your day.